Before this story begins, you need to know one thing: the video should not exist. It was recorded on a broken phone, found 2 days later in the snow beside a pair of boots that were still warm, with no footprints leading to them. When police played the video, it showed only 46 seconds of darkness, breathing, and a whisper from the person filming, "If the forest answers me, don't come looking." He was performing a ritual known only in certain Cree families, the nightstand, a tradition where one person must stand alone in the dark forest, completely still, while the land decides whether to return them or remember them. The man in the video didn't scream. He didn't run. He just said one last sentence before the camera dropped: "It's here." In northern Saskatchewan, beyond the frozen lakes and the logging roads, lies a cluster of small Cree communities surrounded by dense black spruce forest. Winters there arrive early and leave late. Snow falls so quietly it feels like the world is holding its breath. People who grow up in those forests learn something early. The night is not empty. It listens. Parents teach children to respect the trees, to speak softly near water, to never whistle after dark. But the deepest teaching, the most feared and respected, is the nightstand. It's not written anywhere. It's passed down quietly, family to family. A test, a ritual, and a protection all at once. Only certain people are chosen to do it. One of those people was Caleb Redsky. Caleb wasn't a believer. He worked in the nearby mines, drove a beat-up truck, and spent his nights hunting or fixing engines. He loved the land, yes, but tradition? Rituals? That was his father's world, not his. His father, George Redsky, was one of the last men who completed the nightstand. But when George got sick, older relatives began whispering that someone else must take the place. Not replace him, just take the position. Because the nightstand wasn't about survival for one person. It was about balance for everyone. Caleb ignored it, shrugged it off, until the logging crew found something strange deep in the forest. Something that changed everything. It happened in mid-January. Caleb was working a 12-hour shift clearing tracks when one of the new guys radioed in, panicked. "Boss, you better come see this. Tree's not right." Caleb hiked up the slope. At first, he didn't understand what he was looking at. A tall spruce tree stood perfectly still in a clearing, but snow wasn't sticking to it. Not on the trunk. Not on the branches. Not anywhere. The snowflakes melted before touching it, as if the tree was warm. And worse, it had no shadow. Not from flashlights. Not from moonlight. Nothing. His father had told him stories. When you find a tree with no shadow, it means the forest is out of balance. And sooner or later, it will look for the one who should stand. Caleb shuddered. He turned away, pretending not to understand. But the forest wasn't pretending. That night, Caleb started dreaming. Snow. A circle of untouched ground. A whisper. Stillness keeps you. Movement loses you. He jolted awake, heart thudding. 3 nights in a row, the same dream. By the 4th night, his father called him to the bedside. George's voice was thin, weak, but sharp as ever. "It's calling you," he said. "You can't run from this." Caleb swallowed hard. "Dad, I'm not doing some old." "It's not old," George snapped. "It's alive. And if you ignore it, it keeps looking. And taking." Caleb stared at him. Taking what? His father didn't answer. He didn't need to. Caleb resisted until the day he found strange tracks outside his cabin. Not animal. Not human. A long, dragging trail, as if something had been pulled, or crawled, but left no footprints of its own. At the end of the trail lay a single item, his father's medicine pouch. He knew then the forest wasn't asking anymore. It was summoning. The nightstand is simple on paper. Go into the forest at night. Find the clearing the dreams show you. Stand perfectly still. Do not speak unless spoken to. Do not run. If the land accepts you, you return. If it doesn't, the snow will cover your tracks before morning. Caleb's father gave him one last direction. When it comes, do not look it in the eyes. It uses stillness against you. Caleb packed lightly, a knife, a lighter, his phone, and the medicine pouch. He didn't expect to use any of them. He hoped he wouldn't need to. Caleb left at 11 p.m. Snow was falling slow and heavy. The forest swallowed his flashlight beam. Branches creaked overhead like old bones shifting. After half an hour of walking, Caleb found it, a perfect circle of untouched ground. No snow. No tracks. No life. His breath fogged in front of him, drifting into the circle and then disappearing. He stepped inside. The forest went silent instantly. No wind.
No birds. No distant tracks.
Only his heartbeat. He stood still. Minutes passed. 10. 20. His muscles ached. His face burned from the cold. Then he felt it. Not a sound. Not a sight. A presence. Behind him. Slow. Steady. Tall. Caleb didn't turn around. He remembered the rule. Stillness keeps you. A whisper drifted past him, soft as warm breath. Why do you stand? Caleb clenched his jaw. He waited. Another whisper. Who sent you? Caleb's throat tightened. Then, do you carry the memory? He forced his voice steady. Yes. The whisper shifted. Closer now. Show me. His hand shook violently as he removed the medicine pouch and held it up without moving. The whisper inhaled sharply. The trees around him creaked. Bowing. Almost. Then you may stay. Caleb's fear shattered. He whispered back, I don't want to stay. The forest froze. Literally, the air crystallized, snowflakes stopping mid-fall. Then why do you stand? Caleb swallowed hard. For my father. Silence. Long, unbearably long. Then, turn around. Caleb's soul screamed no. But the ritual had rules. He turned. What Caleb saw next is the part that authorities refused to release in their official statement. It's also why the original video was never shown to the public. It wasn't a person. Not entirely. It was a shape of a man, tall, thin, slightly bent, made of forest. Branches for ribs, moss for skin, a hollow where the face should be. But inside the hollow burned two faint embers. Eyes. The figure leaned forward. Caleb didn't breathe. It whispered, Your father came willingly. Will you? Caleb's vision blurred. No, he whispered. I came to take his place. The figure tilted its head. That is what willing means. Then something changed. The embers inside the face brightened, warmer, softer. He taught you well. Caleb's knees nearly buckled. You will walk home, the figure said, and you will remember this. Balance is kept only by those who listen. Then it stepped backward, into the dark, melting into the forest like smoke. The air snapped back. Snow fell again. The clearing dimmed. Caleb's phone buzzed. Video recording finished. 046 he hadn't turned it on. But something had. Caleb made his way home in silence. His father was awake. He smiled faintly. You came back, he whispered. Caleb knelt beside the bed. Did you know what it looked like? His father nodded. Yes. And you didn't warn me. His father touched his arm. If I did, would you have gone? Caleb couldn't answer. His father closed his eyes. You're the watcher now. He died before sunrise. 2 days later, after the funeral, the police found something in the forest. A pair of boots. Caleb's old ones. Still warm. Standing neatly on untouched snow. No footprints leading to them. No footprints leaving. Caleb stared at them for a long time. He knew what it meant. The forest had accepted the trade. One watcher gone. Another chosen. And the nightstand was complete. If you want more stories about rituals that blur the line between tradition and something older, subscribe now. The next story comes from the Australian coast. About a shell-tracing ritual said to reveal who will return from sea, and who won't. You don't want to miss it.